Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I'm Shireen Bhan. Embargoes are very hard to deal with, especially when you've gotten an opportunity to get behind a car that's a people's favorite, but you can't talk about it. Finally, the wait is over. We drove the new Honda City over 2 weeks ago, and Jamshed has been itching to tell you all about it. So without any further ado, we end the wait. Here's Jamshed's first impression of the all-new Honda City.
It's been 16 years since Honda launched the City here in India, and since then it's been the flag bearer for the Japanese car maker. Now 3 generations later, Honda have launched the facelifted 4th generation, but that's not the headline grabbing news. The real showstopper is in here. It's the 1.5 litre ID Tech diesel engine. It's the first time that the City gets a diesel engine here in India. Although you've seen this diesel engine on the Amaze, but Honda claims they've gone and bettered it even more. Now I'm here to find out if your beloved Honda City is even better with the current generation, and more importantly, is this new engine, the new diesel engine, really going to make it an even more desirable package? Over the last 3 generations, the changes to the City have been almost absolute. This 4th generation is the first time it would qualify more as a facelift. But akin to the philosophy followed by a lot of manufacturers these days, and rightly so, why fix what ain't broke? Honda has retained the basic silhouette of the 3rd generation, and for the changes, you will have to see the devil in the detail. Though the overall length remains the same, Honda has cut short the overhangs and increased the wheelbase along with the height, so the 4th generation does seem larger than its predecessor. But does this translate into more room on the inside? Yes, it does. You can at once tell that the knee room and the headroom is a substantial improvement. Now the width remains unchanged, but even so, Honda has been able to increase the shoulder room. On the quality department, Honda has upped the game, and it was about time that they did. The new interior design reeks of quality and style, and you also get quite a few radical features like a smart key and a start-stop button, rear AC vents, and even an electric sunroof. A 5-inch monitor for the infotainment and a touchscreen climate control interface forms a rather voguish dashboard tee, and this is bound to find a lot of fancy in our market. But like I said, the real hero of this tale is hiding modestly under the hood. The City gets the same ID Tech engine as the Honda Amaze, but Honda have made a few key changes. They've remapped the ECU, they've made the rotating and the oscillating parts in the engine much lighter. They've even developed a special low viscosity oil, especially for this diesel engine in this Honda City. The result, Honda claim, is that the City is even more efficient than the Honda Amaze. Now we'll have to test that claim, but if that is true, then this diesel engine has the capability of dethroning the Fiat diesel engine as the country's most popular diesel motor. Oh, and not to mention sticking it to Maruti's advertising claims. Honda have retained the acclaimed IV-Tech engine, but it's been further refined. The IV-Tech operates on the tried and tested engine philosophy of high torque at low RPMs and higher power at higher RPMs, so it's very tractable in both the city and on the highways. The automatic option on the 3rd generation with the torque converter has now been replaced with the CVT, which according to ARAI is slightly more fuel efficient than the 5-speed manual transmission. But the ID Tech, however, does not benefit from the CVT due to higher costs. The City diesel gets a new 6-speed manual gearbox. Now that additional 6th gear, what it does is it enables Honda to shorten the gear ratios. Now this aids efficiency, but the downside to it is that you have to keep working that gearbox. Then once you get past 4000 RPM, the torque just suddenly drops. So if you're in an overtaking situation, you make sure that you shift before 4000 RPM, otherwise you're going to find yourself in an uncomfortable situation. The City was also one of the best handling and riding cars in the segment, but Honda felt the need to change the geometry for their front McPherson struts and the rear torsion beam suspensions. So has the resultant change made the City's dynamics even better than before? Honda engineers have used lightweight components in the underpinnings. They've changed it for this 4th generation. They've also increased the wheelbase. Now ideally what this should translate into is better ride quality, but no, I think that the 3rd generation was spot on in the ride quality department, and I don't think Honda should have meddled with it. Now in the 4th generation, you can just feel every surface undulation. Even in the back seat, I think that the ride quality department has taken a fall, a bit of a fall. Another Honda claim is that they have transformed the car's NVH levels with noise insulation materials throughout the cabin. The City also uses low roll resistance tires and low friction bearings, which not only aids fuel efficiency but also mutes the rolling noise. Now this is certainly evident in the Ivy Tech, which has gotten even more silent than before, but the ID Tech is still quite grunty and noisy, which incidentally was its only criticism even in the Amaze. But then again, what's a little cabin noise over 26 kilometers to the liter? The fact that the City has dominated for so long solely on the strength of its petrol engine in this diesel crazy market is only testament to how good this car really was. Well, the only thing missing for it really was the diesel engine, and now that they have a diesel, what a cracker of an engine it is. They've also added an efficient CVT automatic gearbox to its already improved Ivy Tech petrol engine. They've packed the car all the way to the brim with features. The quality was always there. Now the only thing remaining is the pricing. Now if Honda has learned from its past mistakes like with the Jazz, I think they're going to be prudent with the pricing as well. Now the only question is, does this move come a little too late for Honda? You see, this car won't only have to compete with other sedans in its segment, but also a whole new segment, that of compact SUVs. But as a standalone product, I think Honda have done a fabulous job with this new City.